Right, so I have returned once again today to actually do my stream of Initial D. Any day now, YouTube, I do believe in thee. Are we good to go? By the sounds of it, we actually are. So actually have a retouch episode 6, well not 6 and 7, 7 and 8 of Initial D. Where we left off last time, the actual, like, I was trying to think of a pun just then. I guess the best pun is, like, the gears of the narrative actually starting to turn, and we're also heading into another actual race. So how it all turn out, I do in very wonder. Anyway, let's put on Twitter actually gone live. I have to figure out how many puns I can make per stream in Initial D at this point. Right, I do believe with that we actually are good to go, but are we though? Most certainly are. So anyway, it's actually a show. Oh, did I check it? Get this show started. So in 3, 2, 1. Let's start the thing absolutely now. Actually, wait. I just remembered. Hold a second. Right. Let's start this thing in 3, 2, 1. Let's actually start this thing absolutely now. I forgot about the intro screen. I forgot about the Funimation logo. But yeah, as I've always been saying, the show is very, very kind of, it has a very different feel towards what I've actually seen a lot of beforehand. But in saying that, a lot of what you know is actually present within this show. And I kind of believe that is actually to its advantage in a way. In essence, a lot of what you see in like shonen anime and stuff like that very much kind of appears in Initial D. And I kind of believe it's on purpose because it kind of makes you feel more connected to what's going on here. Because if you use things that people do in 3 know, it allows them to actually kind of grow attached to what's going on here. So it makes then the eventual kind of battles ever more kind of like what's the word? Exciting, so to speak. It's one of those things you kind of like. You're always waiting for an actual race because it's just that moment. It's like a battle in a shonen anime. Has the exact same kind of mood. And I kind of believe it's actually kind of to its advantage. It's actually done perfectly through the lens of what we know. So it's one of those things, as I also know, that probably as time goes on, things will become a bit more like fleshed out, much like a shonen anime does. Actually, because of it, it'll feel more real in a way. I can't wait. I literally cannot wait to see what else this show doesn't very do, because the show is actually very interesting as a show. It actually still very much feels like it came out 2 years ago, and it actually came out, well, it's as old as me, if I remember correctly. 1998? So it's like 18 years. I think. 18 years or 22 years? No, 22. Bro, he did it. He did it. God damn it! Someone actually finally shut that dude up. I was like, God damn it! How long until someone just goes along and just says, "Bruh"? do actually kind of appreciate you actually asking a lot of change within Takumi's actual character as well. It's kind of cool because he's once again, it's not like the narrative actually is kind of dictating that he has to change. It's more so that he lost the interest in pretty much everything he does, and actually now the interest is slowly starting to come back. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to see him actually grow as a character because of the events that actually are unfolding around him. He's got a vibe checked. He's like, bro, I don't get it, and then that to only then be like vibe checked completely. I do actually kind of like how they treat the 8-6 as like mythical creature as well. Technically, in certain ways, it kind of is. Specifically speaking, it's almost like a legend in a way. Once again, kind of going back to this whole entirety like the shonen legend, essentially. The 8-6 kind of embodies that whole entire like the 8-6 kind of embodies that whole entire like persona, while also the wielder being Takumi. So it's kind of like, if you get what I mean, like a Zanpakuto or something like that. It's a legendary kind of like it's the thing everyone knows. So it's always mythical in a way. Once again, kind of going back to the whole entire like shonen aesthetic. Yeah, it's kind of very interesting how much actually can very attribute this to a shonen anime in a way. Even though it's more geared towards sports, it's kind of like it's got the makings of a shonen anime in there as well. It's very kind of like, it's subtle about it. It's not too like, it's not in your face about everything. It's kind of subtle about every single thing it does. guess you could interpret Takumi to actually kind of be like a lone warrior in a way. Actually, how then other people come and approach him. So he's known by name essentially, and those will come about to actually kind of challenge him to actually kind of beat the actual mythical creature known as the 8-6 essentially. I don't know, I kind of like that. I really do actually kind of appreciate the whole entire idea, because it's very different for a sports show to actually kind of do that, I know of at least. Right moment being like on the day of the race, like, by the way, you're racing today. It's like, what? Takumi's just kind of like, bro, do I really have to do this? Yeah, some dude who's literally just vibing the whole entire time took down one of the rival gangs, like literally just out of nowhere. Just, by the way, I'm just like this pro dude, and I'm absolutely chill about the whole entire thing. It's rebel team as well. I just kind of like that. It's just Takumi's just kind of vibing the entire time, and then Case to Case is kind of like, ah, fuck, what's going on here? It's so good. I love it. Every other case is kind of sitting there like, fuck, this is actually happening, isn't it? It's not the speed, bro. The speed's not the actual issue here. You gotta know. You gotta have the swag inside to actually beat the R32. Though I don't like driving for some reason. I don't know why. I don't like driving myself, but it's just a thing with me. I don't understand. But for some reason, I must say, Initial D is making me want to go and drive now. Oh. He actually didn't as well as the problem. So I don't recall doing that. I was like, because I didn't do it to begin with. I'm just here because I was kind of like, I was told to do it. Essentially, kind of just had to do it, bro. Imagine if he actually wins the race as well. Dude didn't accept the actual race to begin with. Just kind of turned up anyway. I just won the race. Imagine. That's like unofficial support, basically. It's unofficial support. It's like, you can't lose anyone else besides us. It's like, what, are you supporting me? It's like, no. It's like, but you are, technically, bro. Do actually kind of like how different they both are. It's like, it's again, it's one of those things that it's kind of like it. You know it. You know the feeling beforehand. But it just feels so fresh, bro. God, he pissed him off so goddamn much. He went CG. Can you believe it? Piss off so goddamn much. Just turn to CG. I hate it when I get so angry I actually turn 3D. Yeah, like, Nakazato's gonna be really pissed off if he actually loses against Takumi right now. Hello, hello, I am watching it. It's really good so far. I love it. It's so good. Nakazato's gonna be so pissed by the end of this. Hello, how's it going? Ow! I'm just clicked. It's gonna be like, it's like the point of the race. It's gonna be like, so I lost. It's like, did you accept this challenge? Like, no. It's like, fuck. It's just a full-blown essential crisis. Hello. Don't worry about it. It's fine. How are you doing? How are you doing today? On this fine Saturday? Yeah, Saturday. I hope you actually get a good rest tonight. Because it actually is very hot, I know, so I hope you actually get a good rest. I'm quite sleepy as well earlier on because I didn't get very much sleep last night because of the heat. That's some of the reason now I feel wide awake. It's like, bro, some cars can fly. It's like, whoa, shit. I do actually wonder if they actually ever modded any of the Gran Turismo games actually kind of just run like Initial D. Because that'd be fucking cool. The actual soundtrack's really famous over here. It's one of the things most people know it for because of the soundtrack. The soundtrack actually is like really goddamn hype. Like, it's the hypest soundtrack in anime. It's one of those ones I always wanted to watch, but I don't think we actually have a physical release of this show over here. We have the Legends Blu-rays. I know that for a fact. When it comes to the original Initial D anime, I don't think we actually have it. We only have the digital version that exists on Funimation. Oh, Takami's changing, Takami's changing, boys. He's gonna do it. He's gonna goddamn do it. He's gonna go race. Oh, this is a bra moment. I mean, he could in theory run down the entire course. Like the biggest pride destroyer in the world is like beating the R32 on your goddamn feet. Just Nakazato gets down there, just like, what the fuck? How's he faster on his own feet than in a goddamn car? Entire thing's one massive existential crisis for Nakazato's character. There's two shows this week actually has the main character losing the thing they use all the time to actually kind of win in a way. Did the same thing in Millionaire Detective as well. But yeah, once again, a really damn good episode. It's just, the show's so good. It just has a different feel about it. It's just everything about the show just kind of feels like it's still fresh to this day, basically. Like if you told me this show came out 2 years ago, I'd probably believe you. Like the show just kind of feels that goddamn fresh. Is I like how I like Takumi's actual like kind of growth as well, because he's growing at a rate that kind of makes sense. In essence, he first kind of hated driving and everything like that, but now he's slowly starting to actually kind of change. But then the actual perception actually still has on driving angers everyone else around him, because technically speaking, he shouldn't be like that if he actually is going to go and do all these things. Like in essence, as we know, it's a person's pride on the line when it comes to actually racing. If they lose, it's a lot, technically speaking. It's not just, by the way, I'll just walk it off, basically, or drive it off in this context. No, it's actually kind of, it's serious. It's a blow to them. Oh man, I really want an 8.6 as well. As a problem. I want an 8.6 car as well. I would go out and buy one if I actually can get one. I would just love to have an 8.6, or if I could, I don't know. KCK's car is actually pretty cool as well, or the R32 as well. But yeah, I mean, it's a really damn good show that explores a lot of things that we know, but through a different lens in a way, and makes it, because we actually know the actual like formula behind it. It makes everything kind of feel like it's actually working even better, because you feel more attached to the actual world and actually everything else actually is going on around it. So you're kind of like, hey, okay, I get it. I like this. It's kind of cool. How this whole entire thing will pan out, I wonder. Oh, can't wait, bro. Can't wait. Right, we'll load up episode 8 and I'll quickly put a tweet out saying watch episode 8. If it loads. Right, let's get through the actual Funimation screen. For some reason, Funimation's actual kind of like splash screen is so goddamn long. I have no idea why. It's so excruciatingly long. Right, let's actually put tweet out saying watch episode 8. Watch episode 8 night. He's getting to my brain. And one of those days that your brain just kind of ceases because of the heat around you. It's one of those things. You just kind of like, what is life itself, bro? Right. Anyway, we'll get this thing started actually because we're actually all good to go. So let's reset this as well before I forget. Right. So in 3, 2, 1. It's actually episode 8 right about now. So yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. This show, it has a lot going on, and what it has going on is actually very good, essentially. I like how it also does it. It does it in such a way that it doesn't kind of feel over like bearing in a way. It feels very much how a show like this would actually kind of feel like, essentially. Because I mean, it has 2 cores as well, so it's got 26 episodes, I believe. It's got like 60 something, but it's 26 in the first season. And in that, it's got a lot of time to actually kind of develop a lot of what's going on here. It's doing a good job of actually doing that because a lot of the actual things are progressing as they should. I like the idea that rivals start to actually be created because of how Takumi actually is. And actually how Takumi is this character that doesn't really see eye to eye with racing. Actually how that would in theory kind of piss everyone else off around him as well. I like that kind of idea because it makes you then question how Takumi actually is, in essence, in a way. Like, in essence, why is he always like this? Why is he constantly against racing? But then you understand reasons to why he is, and actually you understand also there is change within his persona that actually is allowing him to actually kind of enjoy things that he otherwise would not enjoy beforehand. So I kind of do appreciate all those things about the show. It's a really good job actually kind of exploring those ideas. I do imagine it will be explored more later on as time goes on. he doesn't turn up. He's at the bottom of the actual like mountain already. It's like, I won the race. It's like, how? It's just I just did, bro. Can you prove me otherwise? It's just the dude in the corner just like, no, not even more, no more. Save me at this point. Every single moment it's just a vibe check for that dude at this point. Yeah, 32 is just constantly getting vibe checked. Imagine he actually doesn't turn up, but instead he actually turns up, goes over the actual hill, and it actually just has a really obnoxiously large horn on as well. I would love that, to be honest. It's kind of cool how they actually treat this actual like pass as this like mythical place as well. Like it's like almost exists within legend essentially. Like it actually exists, but it's almost a legend itself. It's also kind of cool. Oh. I do actually wonder, like, if anything else actually does in theory happen with the Takahashi brothers as well. In essence, any more races that might in theory then impact how they actually do in theory act towards Takumi as time goes on as well. Because I imagine there probably will be. I'm actually kind of excited to see that because in essence, like, their relationship with the 8-6 and Takumi's actual kind of character is kind of one of the more interesting parts of this whole entire show. Because everyone else sort of comes in, actually kind of just goes, well, damn, is that 8-6 pretty freaking cool? But they actually have a reason to why they're kind of, like, in a way, hate the 8-6. So I also kind of like Itsuki's actual kind of involvement in this whole entire thing as well. because he does in theory kind of feel like the character actually kind of does in theory get the main character in a lot more trouble, but it's not as if he actually is doing anything necessarily wrong. If you get what I mean. Man's vibing. The mans do be vibing though. Wouldn't believe how many police cars and ambulances I've actually seen go down my road today. It's kind of scary. I do actually kind of like how this whole entire thing almost is like an internal struggle for Takumi as well. It's not just that he's kind of like... You can tell there's more to why he's the way he is. It's not just because he doesn't like it. As I just said, he can run down the entire thing. Just because Zato's actual product be destroyed by the end of that. I'm telling you, the whole entire thing's one massive like vibe check for him. Constantly just like Takumi just outsmarts him. Konnichiwa, Genki desu ka? Oh. If I remember correctly, Nakazato is voiced by I swear he's voiced by Junichi Swabe in is it the remake or the kind of like the updated version, the Legends films? If I remember correctly, I might be wrong, but I could have sworn he's voiced by Junichi Swabe. Oh. It is interesting though, because it's almost like, yeah, you understand why everyone would be pissed off with Takumi at this point. Like, it's kind of valid because technically speaking, though it's not valid because they don't necessarily know the whole entire story behind Takumi's actual kind of like disdain for racing in a way. But it's almost then kind of like you understand why they wouldn't really feel like disdain towards him as well, because of the fact that they actually don't understand why he kind of just doesn't accept races and actually all those kind of things. And there's actually one was kind of proof of it because he didn't accept it himself. Itsuki actually kind of did. So it's once again it kind of proves there and then like this idea of like it's not typical. If you get what I mean. His involvement in the whole entire plot almost kind of contradicts like a lot of what they're trying to do in a way. The pride actually goes along with this. Even Takumi's actual motivation as well kind of proves that as well. But once again, it probably changes as time goes on. Man, the show's made in 2020, they'll be having Apple Watches everywhere. At this point. The good old digital watch. How I missed thee. Also, one of them's voiced by Dio Brando as well. One of them was actually well, actually, Ryosuke is actually voiced by Koyasu. Keisuke is voiced by the voice actor for Gilgamesh from Fate, and also Kogami from Psycho-Pass as well. It is a very kind of cool arc though when you think about it. So it is almost like it's not that Taki himself kind of didn't actually like ignite this entire thing, though he technically did, but he didn't ignite this whole entire race. Also, I guess ignite, is that a pun? Because ignition? I don't know. Gotta try and make as many puns as I can per stream. Oh. Rivalries actually having been ignited, bros. Even though he didn't unofficially support him as well. Unofficially, Keisuke actually supports Takumi as well. He didn't freeze say, do not lose anyone else besides us. It's kind of like, that's kind of... Oh. Oh. That's not good, bro. The R32 ain't looking so hot now. But yeah, he did technically unofficially support he did actually technically unofficially support Takumi though by saying, by the way, do not use anyone else besides us. It's kind of like that support. Oh, it's starting, bro. Just wait until next time to actually see what happens. The conclusion, well, I guess the actual start and conclusion of this race. Can't goddamn wait at this point, bro. Can't goddamn wait. I want to try. I do actually just want to. I do actually want a car to actually, not to actually drift, because you really can't drift anywhere in England, to be honest. Also, I guess it's kind of not a good thing to do, technically speaking. I guess my dream in life would probably be just to be able to actually drive one of initial D cars, just to actually have it and just be able to be like, I've actually been inside an 8.6, experienced the feeling of an 8.6. But yeah, I mean, this show, it goes from strength to strength each episode. Like, it progressively just gets better, because the show clearly knows perfectly what it needs to do. It has everything that what makes a show kind of just that goddamn good. And for some reason, it just kind of, you just can't get enough of it. It keeps on making you want to come back, because of actually how grandiose the actual kind of scope of the show actually is. I can tell it doesn't feel like it's actually very condensed. It feels like these things have ramifications for the whole entirety of the narrative. So this whole entire event might just be like, it might not just, it might be a race, but this race actually might like kind of create ripples within the entirety of this whole entire narrative. I actually kind of like that perspective, and that prospect as well, to be honest, more than anything else. Plus the OST slaps. The OST slaps. So does the opening and ED by Move as well. It just both slap, bro. They get you hyped, bro. They get you hyped. I think we're changing an OP scene as well, if I remember correctly. Damn wait at this point, bro. I'll watch it tomorrow, actually. I think I'll probably watch some more episodes tomorrow, because I'm just kind of like, I'm in the mood for more Initial D now. Then we're going to spend the next week kind of just catching up with season 1. I think we actually kind of do a rate of 3 episodes per stream. You actually might be able to get it done in 1 week if I remember correctly, because it's yeah, probably about a week, I would say. I'm thinking about it, bro. We actually doing a rate of like doing a rate of like 3 episodes per stream or 2 episodes per stream. It'd probably take us, if we get to episode like 11 tomorrow, it might just happen. But yeah, I mean, this show is just ridiculously good. it's the only way to describe it. The show is just ridiculously good. It just has everything. I love it. It's one of those things that it just gets better and better each time. Like, it's so different, but it feels so kind of unique at the exact same time. And it feels like you've seen it all before, but it's just like, it's not like the kind of like you've seen it all before, you kind of like kind of thing. It's like you want to know more. You want to know more. Actually, kind of watch more as well. It actually just has all the makings of something even just kind of great as time goes on. Like, you can tell it isn't just like the end. Like, these things just don't end. They just keep on going and going, and actually kind of more things start to come to fruition because of it. And I kind of like, because beforehand, the whole thing with Takumi's character as well, and actually how everyone else views him. It's very interesting, because again, how Takumi actually kind of is. Takumi kind of feels like, say, like Ichigo, for example, that has like the power of the Grim Reaper in a way. Actually has like he has the bunker, has everything like that. And actually, if Ichigo was kind of like, I don't fucking care about anything anymore, and actually kind of just went about his life like that, and actually then someone turned around and went, you know what, bro, you disgust me. It's the exact same kind of feeling. Like, in essence, it's almost like the 8.6 is this kind of like, it's like this mythical being. In a way, it's a mythical being that exists, and actually those who wield it in a way have to kind of like almost feel the sense of like the full sense of like hype that you get from racing. But Takumi doesn't feel that. We understand there actually is reasons to why he doesn't, but I like how everyone else kind of just goes, well, bro, why are you even here? Like, it's kind of sickening that we're putting our pride on the line for this whole entire thing, and you're just kind of there, just not giving a shit. And it's true. Takumi just doesn't give a shit. Like, he doesn't. The whole entire race between him and Keisuke, how Keisuke was kind of like, holy fuck, what's going on here? And then you had Takumi just kind of just doing that the whole entire time, just kind of not caring. It's kind of true. Like, in essence, you kind of understand why they would be like that towards him, because it's one of those things that he doesn't have the exact same kind of thing. Granted, we understand there is changes in his character. He's changing as time goes on. In essence, he actually is getting better, actually kind of growing to love driving again. But it's one of those things that you understand it's not a kind of overnight kind of thing. It's not just one race he actually loves it again. No, you understand it actually is as time goes on, and that time is very kind of important to his character, because then it's like he questions himself constantly, and I actually kind of like that. It's all stuff that kind of makes the character kind of feel more real, kind of feel more fleshed out. Actually, kind of then you understand why he's the way. Then at the end, you understand why he actually kind of grew to love the whole entire thing. It's not just overnight. It's actually really kind of organic in a way. And I also kind of like that everyone else kind of feels that their pride's on the line for this whole entire thing. They just can't just half-ass anything. Every single thing just kind of creates a sense of like amazement that kind of just grows the entire narrative even more. And each episode actually kind of makes it even better, I think, as well. So yeah, tomorrow we'll probably watch some more of this, and actually maybe as week goes on, we'll probably actually conclude season 1 of the whole entire series. I'm just kind of debating whether or not we should. But anyway, I'll probably end up the stream in Japanese, but this time I won't actually kind of read the thing. I actually will go from muscle memory of the entire thing. So. ご視聴ありがとうございます。僕の動画を面白いと思ったら、いいねやチャンネル登録をお願いします。I did actually remember it. I read it so many times I actually now remember it. So if you have enjoyed the whole entire stream and doing free, leave a like because indeed it's been quite a bit. If you have then enjoyed the whole entire stream and doing free, leave a sub because indeed it's been quite a bit. If you have then enjoyed this whole entire stream and doing free, follow me on Twitter or join Discord as well, because both do hit me quite a lot, and both will then tell you when these streams are live and any other streams I do as well. But until next time, some more initial D. See you guys later. Bye for now.